Welcome to the Academy, a series focused on the basics of Star Wars: The Old Republic. The Rakghoul Resurgence, better known as the Rakghoul event, is a limited-time event in Star Wars: The Old Republic. This event happens sporadically and rotates between the planets of Alderaan, Corellia, and Tatooine. The event focuses on the outbreak of the Rakghoul virus, and during the event you'll travel to the Rakghoul tunnels that have been dug deep underground. You can earn some unique rewards, including a full set of green outbreak response weapons, armor, infected Varactile and Dewback mounts, and the black-green crystal. If you're on a high-level character working on the companion recruitment missions, you can only finish Dr. Loken's recruitment quest during the Rakghoul event. You can participate in the event as early as level 25, and the event is available to both free-to-play and subscribed players. This event lets you explore the bioluminescent Rakghoul tunnel map, fight the special Eyeless single operation boss, and if you're unlucky, you may even catch the Rakghoul plague and pass it on to other players. One of the things that makes the Rakghoul event different from the other limited time events is the Rakghoul plague. Your character can catch the plague by coming in contact with Rakghouls, infected citizens, or by being too near to another player who has caught the plague when they die. Catching the plague doesn't have any permanent consequences except eventually dying, but it can be very annoying to have the plague while doing most activities in the game, especially anything that involves combat, as the plague will stun you on a frequent basis the longer you have it. You can choose to either inoculate yourself against the Rakghoul plague by buying a temporary Rakghoul vaccine item and using it, and you can get this item easily from most droid vendors, including one near the cargo holds and banks in the center of the Republic or Imperial fleet. If you have extra credits, I highly recommend buying extra to give to Light Fun to catch the disease and try and spread it to your friends or nearby players in-game, and the game actively encourages you to do so through a quest and a series of achievements. To start, use your Fleet Pass ability to get to the fleet. It will be located just down the stairs from where you load in. This will give you the once per event introductory quest. The quickest way to get to the Rakghoul planet, mentioned in the cutscene, is by opening your Activities tab with the symbol of 3 little people near your minimap, then go to the Solo tab, then choose the Heroic Missions Travel button for the planet mentioned, then find the camp where Thorn, the Rakghoul prevention team, has set up near the spaceport by looking for the quests on the map. After you talk to the quest giver, there's a special taxi nearby to the camp to take you to the Spike, which is the entrance to the underground Rakghoul tunnels. You can also travel directly to the tunnels by opening your Activities tab with the symbol of 3 little people near your minimap, then going to the Solo tab and choosing instead Event Rakghoul Resurgence from the list. This option will be available if you have not already picked up the Rakghoul weekly quest. However, you might still want to complete the introductory quest once per Rakghoul event, as it gives you a free reputation item for talking to the quest givers. The actual Rakghoul missions are a bit spread out. You get a once per event introductory mission from the terminal in the fleet, which will lead you to the tunnels, where you can pick up the rest of the quests. Before you do any of the quests, I recommend picking up the hidden weekly quest, which you can get by opening your Activities tab with the symbol of 3 little people near your minimap, then going to the Solo tab and choosing Event Rakghoul Resurgence from the list, and to complete any 6 Rakghoul daily quests. The other daily quests can be picked up from a mission terminal at the start of the Rakghoul tunnels, also from a nearby mission datapad if you didn't already pick up that mission in the camp area above ground, and a once per event quest from a datapad hidden on a rock in the western center portion of the first Rakghoul tunnel map. That's the Jilvik Jawa quest. The daily quests are pretty fun and unique, and they'll have you collecting Rakghoul babies, inoculating citizens, scanning beacons, and of course killing Rakghouls. Many of the quests also have special quest items involved, so make sure to look for these items in your quest tracker on the top right of your screen. There's also a heroic quest, which is on the very farthest map in the Rakghoul tunnels. It can technically be soloed, as the enemies are not extremely difficult, but the enemies have a lot of health and take a really long time to fight alone. So if you want to do the heroic quest, it's recommended that you watch chat for a group trying to form, and then rush to the heroic whenever you can get a group together to complete it. The Rakghoul event also offers a limited time single operation boss named the Eyeless you can take on with a team of 8 or 16 in both story mode and veteran mode, at level 70 or higher for subscribed players only. This is the only part of the event free-to-play and preferred players cannot do. There is a once per event quest to defeat the Eyeless that you can pick up by buying the Thorn Priority Authorization item from the reputation vendors in the tunnel at the start, for 1,000 credits, which will give you 2 Rackle DNA canisters for defeating the Eyeless. On Story Mode 8-Man, the boss will drop 4 Rackle DNA canisters and has a chance to drop a Barnacle of the Eyeless and a rare chance to drop a Symbiote Rackling Pet. Because the DNA canister currency is hard to get, players are often putting together groups in general chat to try and run the Eyeless. The Eyeless is a fun boss to fight, and in Story Mode you don't need to be very skilled or well geared to join in. While the Rackle event is active, depending on which planet is infested, a unique infected world boss will be available on the planet's surface. Unlike most normal world bosses, the Rackle event world bosses offer great rewards, including one of the rare items needed to buy the infected Varactile and Dewback mount rewards, and the world bosses each also have a chance to drop a pet you can't get any other way. Each world even has its own pet. The world bosses are not particularly difficult, and players often put impromptu groups together to fight them in general chat. The only important thing to know about the Rackle world bosses is that all of this is another vaccine right away. So you'll want to stock up on vaccines before you leave, as neither the Revan Bender nor the Field Repair Droid sells vaccines. You'll know it's time to use a vaccine during the fight when you see a big, nasty splash of green Rackle virus going out everywhere. For high-level players, the Rackle event is the only time that players who have completed the Knights of the Fallen Empire Chapter 9 can recruit Dr. Loken through the Kindly Old Monster Alliance alert. There are some steps you should complete before the event happens, as they can be done at any time, including speaking to Loken, bringing him supplies, until you get to the step that can only be done during the Rackle event. During the previous supply step, there's a hidden achievement you can get by giving him a Barnacle of the Eyeless, which can only be gotten through the Rackle Eyeless Operation boss. So if you're interested in this achievement, wait until the Rackle event comes around, earn a Barnacle, give it to Loken along with the other supplies, and then go do the Rackle event portion of Loken's quest. Now let's talk about Rackle Reputation. Reputation is the way of gaining favor with different groups by completing quests for them. As you level up your reputation rank, more rewards for that reputation track become available, or to how many Rackle DNA canisters you can earn, which are the reward currency for the event. But you will still be gated by how many reputation points you can earn. You can only earn a hard limit of 12,000 Rackle reputation points in a week. This time gating mechanism means that you'll only be able to earn up to the newcomer rank the first week you run the event. You'll reach the cap by completing the dailies, heroic, and weekly from the activity tab on about 4 characters if you're a subscriber, or double that if you're preferred or free to play. You also get a ton of reputation from doing the Rackle Eyeless boss. If you earn over 12,000 reputation points in a week, then keep doing reputation quests and completing Rackle dailies, instead of getting more reputation points, you'll get reputation items, which can be consumed from your inventory in future weeks. So if you get any of these items, just hold on to them until the weekly timer resets. The Rackle event vendor can be found in the Cartel Bazaar section of the fleet even after the event, so you'll be able to spend your Rackle DNA canisters currency even after the event ends. You can see your reputation by pressing Y on your keyboard, or hover over the symbol of a person in the menu. You can hover over the Thorn name in the list to see how close you are to the next rank, and how many reputation points you have left remaining that you can earn during this week. You get green reputation items from the dailies, blue reputation items from the weekly and once per event Eyeless quest, and purple reputation items from the Eyeless versions that aren't 8-man story mode. You'll need 72,500 points total reputation to reach legend rank. Unlike the other events, it can be harder to know how many runs you would need to reach max reputation, as one of the best ways to get reputation is to do the Eyeless boss on the other modes. If you never did the Eyeless boss at all, you'd reach max reputation after running the weekly with the heroic 24 times or on 24 characters. The Rackle rewards are mostly purchased with the Rackle DNA canisters currency, and here's how you can earn those. There's the daily quest called Navigating the Tunnels Republic side, and called the Tunnel Network Imperial side. You get 2 from the daily heroic quest, 1 from the easy once per event Jill to infect 3 players, 2 from the once per event Eyeless Operation boss quest, and you can get 4 to 8 DNA canisters for every time you defeat the Eyeless Operations boss. If you're a solo player, that means you can earn to do the Spreading Infection quest each day, and a bonus 1 for finding Jilvik per character. for a total of 22 per week per character for doing the scanning canisters daily and heroic quests each day, or 29 if you also do the spreading infection quest each day. However, the eyeless is where most players will get their Rakghoul DNA canisters, because if you ran the short boss once a day every day of the event, even just on 8% or the more difficult veteran mode eyeless, you'd need a whopping total of 376 Rakghoul DNA canisters to buy one of every reward. So I recommend instead taking a look at the rewards and figuring out which ones you like and want to work towards. You can see how many Rakghoul DNA canisters you have by clicking the currency tab of your inventory, and the canisters are legacy bound and can be spent and earned on any character. Apart from the Rakghoul DNA canisters, you'll also need to turn in some special items for legend rank rewards, including the infected Varactile and Dewback mounts, which are probably the most popular rewards for the entire event. The Symbiotic Fungal Bloom is a rare item drop from the yellow fungus enemies spread around the Rakghoul tunnels, or their rare counterparts, the Catalyst enemies. The Fungal Bloom is tradable if you or a friend gets an extra, and you'll need a total of 9 Symbiotic Fungal Blooms if you want one of each reward. I have been having such a hard time tracking down 2 more of these to get 2 of the decorations that actually also require the Symbiotic Fungal Bloom. The second rare item is the Exotic Plague Specimen item, which drops from the world bosses. This item is not tradable, so if you're running the world bosses, do not choose Need on the Roll unless you need it, as you only need a total of 3 specimens to get each of the mounts in the pet. The Barnacle of the Eyeless drops from the Rakghoul Eyeless Operation boss. This item is also tradable if you or a friend gets an extra, and you'll only need a total of 3 barnacles if you go. But I've got a full list in the written guide, which is linked in the description of this video with screenshots and costs for every single one. And that's it. If you want to show your support for this series, or to have similar Star Wars The Old Republic videos show up in your YouTube homepage, subscribe to this channel. And as always, may the Rakghouls be with you. Oh, one thing I was very curious about, if you want to leave in the comments below, are you working towards any of the specific rewards or achievements when the event